It's Wednesday, July 8th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a tragic collision. 3 are dead after an ambulance and a transport truck collide near Confederation Bridge. Your top news headlines just ahead.
We are bringing Camp Magic to the studio today. The folks from Brigadoon Village will show us how to make one of their favorite summer crafts. That is in our 7 o'clock hour.
Plus, Mackenzie's Sweet Treats will introduce you to a woman who enjoys baking delicious treats for others. All that and so much more just ahead on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning to you. Come on in and join us. It is Wednesday, July 8th. And if I'm not mistaken, National Blueberry Day.
National Blueberry Day.
That it is.
Hence the blueberry theme.
Yes, we're all wearing blue. I'm trying
Big
to
fans over here.
rather coordinate, not match. So you've got blue and white. I've got white with just blue edges.
I've got
And then
blue.
you've got the blue all the way. Head to toe.
Head to toe.
Very good. I like blueberries. What's your favorite way to eat them?
Oh, so I love fresh blueberries. In yogurt is delicious. That was my childhood snack. But then my grandmother used to make a delicious blueberry pie. So shout out to Grandma Foley for that one.
Yay, Grandma Foley. Good job. Yeah, it's a lot of blueberries go to blueberry pie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, wild or high bush, it doesn't really matter. I like a nice plump blueberry that's just resting upon sweet but still a little tart.
Absolutely.
What about you?
There. I love blueberries in their natural form. I'll eat them anytime. It's probably my favorite to eat, even as a little kid. Blueberry muffins, my go-to.
Oh, yeah, I love blueberry muffins. Well, there was a poll done yesterday with our friends at Your Morning National, and blueberries did edge out strawberries. Very, very, very slight edging. So
Interesting.
Canada's preferred berry, but...
I mean, it is a good antioxidant. It has so many health benefits to blueberries, but I am still going to have to say that I am a strawberry girl.
Me too. Thank you for saying that. But blueberries hold a place in everybody's, I think most people's heart, especially in our region.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Canadian strawberries, so whether it's Ontario or Nova Scotia or British Columbia, I love the fresh little ones, not those weird homogenized massive ones from
grown on a farm like the one I grew up on. Yeah. In any case, we're heading to Yarmouth for our first live eye of the day.
Yes, and we actually do have some shower activity that will move in for parts of the region a little bit later on, including Yarmouth. But a beautiful start to the day. As you can see, sunshine early this morning. 16 degrees to start as well. Not really seeing any fog over there. However, we do have fog patches as well for parts of the Maritimes early this morning. 10 degrees in Halifax with 14 starting off your day in Sydney. 16 degrees in Charlottetown with 11 in Fredericton. 15 right now in Labrador City, and 19 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and 14 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Still holding on to that heat warning for parts of Labrador until this evening. So keep in mind sun safety when we are heading out. We are going to see lots of sunshine for much of the region. Now for the Maritime region, tracking moderate to very high across the Maritimes, and then Newfoundland and Labrador are currently tracking high throughout your day today. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. So we do have a low pressure system making its way in, bringing a few showers back around into parts of Nova Scotia later this afternoon. It's going to be quite light and spotty in its activity, though. And in terms of our wind forecast, it's going to be a bit of a breezy one for parts of the Maritime region into the afternoon. As of right now, though, 22 kilometers per hour in North Cape with 19 in Canso, 17 in Sydney, 11 in Grand Etang and Charlottetown. Only one wind gust at this time, getting up to 30 in Sydney. We'll take a look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. A terrible accident has claimed the lives of 3 people near the Confederation Bridge. The victims were all in an ambulance from P.E.I. that collided with a transport truck. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
Police say the crash occurred when the driver of an ambulance traveling from Prince Edward Island collided with the transport truck. A 77-year-old woman from Montague, P.E.I., a 56-year-old man from Warren Grove, P.E.I., and a 23-year-old woman from 9 Mile Creek, P.E.I., were killed in the crash. All were occupants of the ambulance. The driver of the transport was sent to hospital with serious but not considered to be life-threatening injuries. A spokesperson for Prince Edward Island EMS says they are deeply saddened by the tragedy and they are providing support to staff who are dealing with the heartbreaking collision. The highway leading to and from Confederation Bridge was closed for hours this morning and afternoon, while traffic was diverted to a rural route near Murray Beach Provincial Park. Some caught in long lineups were told by first responders the severity of the crash.
Just that it was a very serious accident, and that's about all they would add to that. But when we were tied up for at least an hour, and there was all the way over the bridge, traffic was backed up all the way back to the toll barrier.
Members of several RCMP detachments and local volunteer firefighters attended the scene, as well as numerous provincial agencies. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
Both vehicles involved in the collision have been sent for an inspection, and police say the cause of Tuesday's crash is under investigation. The premier of P.E.I. issued a statement on the tragic event Tuesday afternoon, saying in part, Prince Edward Island is a small province and losses like this are felt deeply. Today we stand together in grief. He concluded by offering condolences to the family of the victims. A 72-year-old woman is in hospital with serious injuries after she was struck by a pickup truck in a marked crosswalk on Quinpool Road. Police say the woman was crossing near Vernon Street when she was hit Tuesday afternoon. The 72-year-old was rushed to hospital with serious injuries. The driver was ticketed by police at the scene. And a man is dead following a crash in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley Monday. Police say a dirt bike and dump truck collided around 9 p.m. Monday night on Prospect Road in Morristown, south of Berwick. The motorcyclist, a 30-year-old man from Aylesford, was pronounced dead at the scene. The truck driver wasn't hurt. The investigation is ongoing. A video of one man's racist rant recorded at a Halifax Costco store has sparked an investigation by the police hate crime unit. And a word of caution, some viewers may find the content offensive. The video shows a man following two women wearing hijabs inside the store, shouting at them to leave. The man then elbowed another customer who was filming the incident. Shared widely, the unsettling footage has sparked reaction from the city's Muslim community, who say it perfectly illustrates the increasing attacks they face.
Islamophobic hatred, anti-Muslim hatred. We don't have to harangue over the terminology, I suppose. I think Canadians know when they see this kind of thing happen, they know exactly what they're seeing. Telling people to go back to their country, death threats. Again, we don't have to accept this.
Educations and, raising awareness and speaking about it and, and speaking against it out loudly when we see it, this becomes a responsibility upon all of us as Canadians.
Halifax police have released screenshots from the video in hopes of identifying the suspect. A Halifax talk radio station is off the air for good, a victim of corporate cutbacks. Rogers-owned News 95.7 was among half of a dozen outlets shut down by the company Tuesday. Other stations closed in Vancouver, Calgary, and Kitchener, Ontario, and there were staff cuts at city TV stations. Monday, Rogers announced it paid nearly $5 billion to become the sole owner of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, which runs the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Raptors, and the Argos. One of the most famous and celebrated ships in the world spent the night in Halifax. The iconic Queen Mary II is moored in Halifax. The celebrated ship has a crew of almost 1,200 and can carry close to 2,700 guests. Among them, Ian and Jackie Richards from Wales, celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary and taking in the local sights and sounds.
Yeah, it's good.
It's interesting, yeah. I love the seafront, yeah. Lots of walking.
Went across to Dartmouth, bought some strawberries, some maple syrup, which we have to take back. It's great.
The couple say they sailed here before, but wound up diverted to St. John because of a hurricane. The Queen Mary II will start another cross-Atlantic trip on Friday from New York.
Ooh, the Queen Mary II, I've always wanted to see what's like in there.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's quite iconic.
Yes.
Yay.
I would like to see what it's like, and then I would like to walk off and not sail on it because I am not a cruise person.
I've never taken a cruise. I don't know. I'd love to see the Queen Mary II. Just never been inside the ship, but I imagine it's sort of a level of elegance.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I could imagine.
Has to be, right?
Neat.
Yeah.
So glad that they took the ferry over, those people from Wales. Good job.
I know,
Good
right?
Good job.
So cute.
Oh gosh. Okay. The World Cup is the present, but is this the future, ladies? The 2026 Robo-Cup finals were played over the weekend in South Korea. It's not quite like the real thing, but players say they are aiming for the robots to become FIFA champs by 2050. I don't think they're going to have that robot versus human, but the Robo-Cup is one of the biggest robotics and AI competitions. Of course, they chose a World Cup theme. I don't know, there's just not the same action.
I mean, after watching Argentina mount a comeback yesterday, it just doesn't give the same.
No, right? Yeah, as the kids say, it hits different.
It does,
and not in a good way. No.
Yeah.
Oh, someone lost a shoe.
I feel like Messi could take. I feel like Messi could take on the robots.
Yeah,
I
just
think
fine.
so.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not the same. You know, if you want to watch the actual FIFA World Cup, well, you can see that on CTV, TSN, and Crave. That's your home for the coverage of every game. It's going to impact our shows on certain days. CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6 will move to CTV 2 on those days. Today is not one of them, but to get all the details, you can go to that QR code or CTV Atlantic, CTVNewsAtlantic.ca.
Yes, all the details. So there you have it.
They better not have robots coming in trying to take us over. I don't think the viewers will have it.
I don't think so.
No.
One would hope not.
One would hope.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Well, certainly at the level of the actual cup play to the robot play.
Yeah, it's not quite there.
No,
it's not quite there.
no.
But we are only human here on the show, so we do need to take a little quick
Yes.
break and have some coffee because we are definitely not the robots.
Definitely.
Of course, up next, Latavia will have a full look at the forecast, and here's a live look at Moncton this morning. Not too shabby. Stay with us.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:14 on your Wednesday morning. Taking a live look at a bit of a foggy start to the day over at the Confederation Bridge. 16 degrees to start. Fog will burn off, and we will be seeing lots of sunshine in your area today. Weather is brought to you by Cummins, trusted home, standby generators. Not too bad starting off your day. It is quite warm for parts of Atlantic Canada. 16 degrees right now into Yarmouth with 10 in Halifax. 16 degrees also starting off your day in Charlottetown. 10 degrees in Fredericton. 14 in Labrador City and 18 degrees over in Gander. Holding on to a heat warning today until this evening for parts of Labrador. Going to see some muggy weather in your area. Keep that in mind if you are heading out. Keep in mind sun safety and hydration. We're still seeing the UV index track moderate to very high across the maritime region due to some active weather we do have moving into parts of Nova Scotia. Into this afternoon, we're looking at increasing cloudiness. A few showers will move in for parts of eastern Nova Scotia all the way to the Tri-County area. Going to be light and spotty in its activity, though. Into Labrador this afternoon, we are going to see some scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms. And then into this evening, we are going to see a lot of that cloud coverage begin to clear out. Fog will redevelop into the overnight hours, though. We do have a chance of showers moving into Cape Breton Island. It's going to be a low chance of it happening, but that takes us into our forecast for Thursday. Sunshine returns for much of the region, but we are going to see precipitation remain for Newfoundland and Labrador. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for Edmundston, and then for Labrador, looking around 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of that province. For forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs still heating up today, around 23 degrees in St. John as well as into Grand Manan, up to 31 in Campbellton. Mainly sunny start to your day, increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud. Wind also picking up into the afternoon with wind gusts of 40. Prince Edward Island seeing lots of sunshine as well, mainly sunny skies into the afternoon. Daytime highs will range from 21 degrees in Surrey up to 26 in Tignish. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, holding on to sunshine. However, parts of eastern Nova Scotia going to see a few showers move in into the afternoon. For Cape Breton Island, seeing showers into the evening. For the rest of Nova Scotia, looking at daytime highs between 20 degrees in Bridgewater, up to 26 in Kentville and Middleton. We are going to see mainly cloudy skies start off your day. Showers move in later this morning, going to still remain quite light though. And Labrador City looking at a high of 27 degrees, a mainly cloudy start to your day. A chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon with 25 into St. John's, Newfoundland, mainly sunny skies throughout the day. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Brianne.
U.S. forces launched a new round of airstrikes on Iran overnight. Military officials say it's an immediate response to Iran's attacks on 3 commercial vessels transitioning the Strait of Hormuz. CTV's Karen Waugh is in Washington with the details.
Overnight, the U.S. hit more than 80 targets in Iran. This new round of retaliatory strikes in response after Iran attacked 3 commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Central Command sharing this video of explosions and calling Iran's attack a clear violation of the ceasefire. As a result, the U.S. revoked part of the deal President Trump signed last month that allowed Iran to sell its oil on the international market, a move Iran called a violation of the deal. At the NATO summit in Turkey, President Trump accused allies of not helping him with the war against Iran, saying he is testing people.
But we weren't treated well because we did something in Iran. We don't need anybody's help. I didn't even want their help. But before I asked, they said they wouldn't be there.
The war in Ukraine, also a major topic at the summit. Trump is set to meet with Ukrainian President Zelensky later today. This as Russia launched its latest missile attack at Kyiv overnight. The war in Ukraine now in its 5th year. Also at the NATO summit, President Trump says he will consider selling F-35 fighter jets to Turkey after previously banning the country from getting them. Karen Hua, ABC News, Washington.
The International Olympic Committee has cleared Russia athletes to return to international competition. The IOC says the decision to lift the ban was based on the Russian Olympic Committee no longer including regional sports organizations in Russia-occupied parts of Ukraine. Russian athletes competed as neutrals at the 2024 Paris Olympics and at the 2026 Milano Cortina Winter Games. There has been no decision on whether Russia can display its flag, colors, or anthem. Millions are still without power in Cuba after the national grid collapsed on Monday. It's the 3rd such blackout in the Latin American nation this year. Officials say they connected central Cuba back to the grid, but other regions remain without power. Cuba's energy problems have ramped up this year due to a U.S.-backed energy blockade on the island nation. The Trump administration has sought to put pressure on Cuba to force a change in nation's communist-run government. Time now for a quick break, but when we return, your must-see moments from our colleagues at TSN, Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Good morning to you. It's 6:23. Time now to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hey everyone, Matt Scooby in the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. For it, we head to New York. Royals taking on the Mets. How about Carson Benz chops one back to the mound. Seth Lugo fields it and misses. Jack Caglione at first. He attempts to get the runner at third, but that throw way off the mark. Then Nick Lofton going to completely miss the catcher trying to get the runner at home. It's just a comedy of errors. Bench comes in to score after an infield single and 3 throwing errors. Just terrible. That's your must-see moments. And today on TSN, the Toronto Tempo hosts the Golden State Valkyries. Coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. That's it from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
And on the markets, the Dow ended the day down 130 points. Rogers Communications made its final move in a push to be the sole owner of all of Toronto's major sports teams. BNN Bloomberg's Mirella Fernandez reports.
The company's buying the last 25% stake in Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. It's a $4.5 billion deal that will see Kilmer Sport sell to Rogers, which already owns the Blue Jays, and then will own the Raptors and Maple Leafs. The deal is subject to league approvals. Hours after the announcement, Rogers announced it's cutting 230 jobs and closing radio stations in Vancouver, Calgary, Halifax, and Kitchener, Ontario. Canada's merchandise trade surplus hit $4.2 billion in May. That's the largest surplus in 4 years. Total exports were up just under 1% to $77 billion. Canada exported more metal ores and non-metallic minerals, and there were higher sulfur exports because of restricted shipments in the Strait of Hormuz. A KPMG survey reveals 42% of Canadian manufacturers say they have or are considering moving production to the U.S. Just last week, Washington announced it's not renewing CUSMA, which has shielded many Canadian companies from American tariffs. A majority surveyed also said they have paused, reduced, or canceled capital investment projects. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 70.45. West Texas Intermediate up to 70.44. Western Canadian Select is down, but not by much, to 53.25. And the TSX gained 60 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick, a high of 29 degrees today, a mix of sun and cloud across the province. 30 on Thursday. We do have sunshine, but also a low chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon for the northern region of the province. On Friday, 28 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. For Nova Scotia today, 24 degrees, sunshine for the province, but we do have a few showers for parts of the province into the afternoon. 29 degrees on Thursday, sunshine for much of the province. We do have isolated showers for Cape Breton Island. And then on Friday, 27 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud, and a low chance of showers returns. Prince Edward Island, 24 degrees with mainly sunny skies. Sunshine continues on Thursday with a high of 27. We end off the work week with sunshine and a high of 25.
Coming up this half hour of the Move Morning Chat. Today is National Blueberry Day. We want to know your favorite way to eat them. That conversation will be coming up in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Hey, good morning, Atlantic Canada. 6:30. I almost said 7:30. I almost jumped us up an hour. We're not quite there yet.
Not yet.
People had somewhere to be. They're like,
what do you mean 7:30? No, only 6:30. 7 o'clock, of course, if you're in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. But yeah, National Blueberry Day.
Yum.
I love it.
So I love that something so tasty is also so good for you.
So good for you. There's so many health benefits to eating blueberries. I did try to go to the grocery store last night to get us some, but they only had the packaged ones and not like the fresh wild blueberries from Nova Scotia. Okay. And I was like, nah, they're just not the same.
We're not there yet for season. It's
not going to hit there yet.
At least, it's not wild blueberry season, I know. I don't know if high bush blueberries. I'm not a blueberry farmer. I don't know.
That's fair.
But strawberry farmer, yes. But we didn't have blueberries on our property. Grandma Ryle had a few bushes.
Okay.
Which this was in southern Ontario, so they would, I think it was more later in the summer.
Later in the summer, yeah. My neighbor growing up, I grew up in like the suburbs, and they had a raspberry bush in the back of their backyard, and I would just like go and like pick them off.
Oh yeah.
They were my friend though, so I was loud.
Yeah, exactly. Fresh berries off the bush, the vine, the plant. Yum, 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 yum. Maybe people could be picking strawberries in our region. I think today in some places.
Parts of the region. We're looking at lots of sunshine remaining in the forecast. Temperatures still above seasonal. Here's a live look at St. John's, Newfoundland. We are going to see lots of sunshine throughout your day today. 15 degrees to start your day. It's a bit of a hazy start to the day, as you can see over there. We are seeing pretty warm temperatures to start your day in parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. 10 degrees to start your day in Halifax, with 16 in Yarmouth and also into Charlottetown. Early in the morning, 10 degrees in Fredericton with 14 in Labrador City. We do still have a heat warning that remains in effect for parts of Labrador until this evening. Keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out. The UV index is tracking moderate to very high across the Maritime region. Also tracking moderate to very high across Newfoundland and Labrador today. So here's a look at our satellite and radar. A bit of fog early this morning, heavier in parts of the maritime region, already beginning to burn off, though. We do have a bit of cloud coverage, increasing cloudiness expected into the afternoon with a few showers for Nova Scotia, as well as a chance of showers for parts of Labrador. In terms of our wind forecast, going to be a bit of a breezy one yet again today into the afternoon. As of right now, 22 kilometers per hour in North Cape with 19 in Sydney, 17 kilometers per hour in Canso with 11 in Charlottetown. One wind gust at this time getting up to 30 in Sydney. We'll take a look at your forecast coming up, but first a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. A terrible accident has claimed the lives of 3 people near the Confederation Bridge. The victims were all in an ambulance from P.E.I. that collided with a transport truck. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
Police say the crash occurred when the driver of an ambulance traveling from Prince Edward Island collided with the transport truck. A 77-year-old woman from Montague, P.E.I., a 56-year-old man from Warren Grove, P.E.I., and a 23-year-old woman from 9 Mile Creek, P.E.I., were killed in the crash. All were occupants of the ambulance. The driver of the transport was sent to hospital with serious but not considered to be life-threatening injuries. A spokesperson for Prince Edward Island EMS says they are deeply saddened by the tragedy and they are providing support to staff who are dealing with the heartbreaking collision. The highway leading to and from Confederation Bridge was closed for hours this morning and afternoon while traffic was diverted to a rural route near Murray Beach Provincial Park. Some caught in long lineups were told by first responders the severity of the crash.
Just that it was a very serious accident, and that's about all they would add to that. But when we were tied up for at least an hour, and there was all the way over the bridge, traffic was backed up all the way back to the toll barrier.
Members of several RCMP detachments and local volunteer firefighters attended the scene, as well as numerous provincial agencies. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
Both vehicles involved in the collision have been sent for an inspection, and police say the cause of Tuesday's crash is under investigation. The Premier of P.E.I. issued a statement on the tragic event Tuesday afternoon, saying in part, Prince Edward Island is a small province and losses like this are felt deeply. Today we stand together in grief. He concluded by offering condolences to the families of the victims. A 72-year-old woman is in hospital with serious injuries after she was struck by a pickup truck in a marked crosswalk on Quinpool Road. Police say the woman was crossing near Vernon Street when she was hit Tuesday afternoon. The 72-year-old was rushed to hospital with serious injuries. The driver was ticketed by police at the scene. A man is dead following a crash in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley Monday. Police say a dirt bike and dump truck collided around 9 p.m. Monday night on Prospect Road in Morristown, south of Berwick. The motorcyclist, a 30-year-old man from Aylesford, was pronounced dead at the scene. The truck driver wasn't hurt. The investigation is ongoing. Video of one man's racist rant recorded at a Halifax Costco has sparked an investigation by police hate crime unit. A word of caution, some viewers may find the content offensive. The video shows a man following 2 women wearing hijabs inside the store, shouting at them to leave. The man then elbows another customer who was filming the incident. Shared widely, the unsettling footage has sparked reaction from the city's Muslim community, who say it perfectly illustrates the increasing attacks they face.
Islamophobic hatred, anti-Muslim hatred. We don't have to harangue over the terminology, I suppose. I think Canadians know when they see this kind of thing happen, they know exactly what they're seeing. Telling people to go back to their country, death threats. Again, we don't have to accept this.
Educations and, raising awareness and speaking about it and, and speaking against it out loudly when we see it, this becomes a responsibility upon all of us as Canadians.
Halifax police have released screenshots from the video in hopes of identifying the suspect. A Halifax talk radio station is off the air for good as of Tuesday, a victim of corporate cutbacks. Rogers-owned News 95.7 was among half a dozen outlets shut down by the company Tuesday. Other stations closed in Vancouver, Calgary, and Kitchener, Ontario, and there were staff cuts at City TV stations. Monday, Rogers announced it paid nearly $5 billion to become the sole owner of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, which runs the Toronto Maple Leafs the Raptors and the Argos. Finally, 2 Canadian Navy ships are en route to Eastern Europe. Family and friends said goodbye to loved ones aboard the HMCS Edmonton and HMCS Moncton Tuesday as the 2 coastal defense vessels sailed out of Halifax to join other NATO partners in the Northern Atlantic for Operation Reassurance. The ships will be assigned 2 main objectives once they join the other NATO members in the Baltics.
So primarily searching and conducting explosive ordnance disposal and any sea mines we find. Secondary tasking is going to be the protection of critical undersea infrastructure, such as pipelines or undersea cables.
The 4-month tour has the 2 ships with their 90 crew members returning to Canada just in time for Halloween.
Wow, big mission.
Long mission.
Everybody to be safe, and yeah, thank you for your service.
I love watching the families say goodbye to the ships. There's something just like so poetic about it.
Yes.
And it just reminds me of like being in a movie pretty much constantly.
Yeah, even
right?
better when they come home.
I was just going to say, when they arrive home, oh,
that's incredible.
Tearjerker.
Yes,
well,
absolutely.
Let's lighten the mood with some goats, shall we? All right, this village is essentially a giant petting zoo, and we need to put it on our bucket list for visiting. This village in the Alps is known for its roaming goats. It started as a spot for grazing, but has become more of a tourist attraction over the years. The village is so popular, it's for skiing in winter, and then the goats keep the business booming in the summertime.
Love that.
Visitors just have to accept that they are in the goats' territory, and it's not the other way around. So if you don't want to have interaction with goats,
don't go there.
Don't go here.
Yeah.
But who doesn't want to have interaction with goats?
They are cute, and of course they're going to have babies, so they'll be around.
I wonder if they're the ones that scream.
I don't know.
I love screaming goats, and I love fainting goats.
I'd love to be able to report on all of the details. I think CTV needs to send me.
All of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Live on location.
You can add it to the list.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are going to go on a little 2-minute vacation. We're going to take a quick break here. Next up, your entertainment headlines and the Move Morning Chat. Of course, we want to know, what is your favorite way to eat blueberries and who makes it the best? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:43. We're taking a live look at St. John, New Brunswick. We are currently looking at 9 degrees as you start your day. A bit of a cloudy start to the day, but we will be seeing sunshine in your area as clouds continue to clear out. As of right now, it is 11 degrees in Halifax, 16 starting off your day in Yarmouth, as well as into Charlottetown. 10 degrees right now in Fredericton, 14 in Labrador City, 19 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, with 18 degrees starting off your day in Gander. We are holding on to some heat across parts of Labrador until this evening, so something to keep in mind. Make sure to stay hydrated and keep in mind sun safety when heading out. We are seeing sunshine for much of Atlantic Canada throughout the day today as cloud coverage begins to clear off. Fog burns off, but we do have some shower activity in the forecast as well. A chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms will move into parts of Labrador this afternoon, and then into Nova Scotia. We are going to see a few showers move in for much of the province. Into this evening, a chance of showers will return for Cape Breton Island, and then for our forecast on Wednesday, a bit of wet weather, increasing cloudiness expected for parts of Atlantic Canada returning as well. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for Edmundston. And then for Labrador, we are going to see around 2 to 5 millimeters as well. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, another hot day is ahead, ranging from 23 up to 31 degrees, being the warmest into Campbellton. Mainly sunny start to your day as cloud coverage begins to break down. We are going to see increasing cloudiness, though, into the afternoon, being left with a mix of sun and cloud. Wind picking up as well this afternoon out of the southeast, 20 gusting to 40. For Prince Edward Island, looking at highs between 21 degrees in Surrey up to 26 in Tignish. A sunny start to your day, increasing cloudiness, still being left with mainly sunny skies, though. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, going to be quite beautiful as well for Cape Breton. We are going to see sunshine throughout the day, evening showers. Eastern Nova Scotia looking at a few showers moving in this afternoon. Daytime highs will range from 18 degrees in Canso up to 25 in New Glasgow and Truro, 26 in Amherst. For the rest of Nova Scotia, mainly cloudy skies today. A few showers moving in later this morning. Highs will range from 20 degrees in Bridgewater up to 26 in Middleton and Kentville. And for Labrador City, 27 degrees is your daytime high. Mainly cloudy skies to start your day. Scattered showers into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms with 25 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Mainly sunny skies throughout your day today. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. Welcome to the Move Morning Chat with Aaron and Peter. Today is actually National Blueberries Day, so it's only right that we ask you, how do you like to eat your blueberries and where do you get them from? Peter and Aaron, tell us.
I want to start with this because I like to drink my blueberries, and I will explain in just a moment. Yes, it's true. Okay, yes. National Blueberry Day. 100 million pounds of blueberries come from the maritime provinces. I mean, we are known for our great blueberries, especially our wild blueberries, of course. And in particular, the way I like to have my blueberries, I love blueberries, I'm from blueberry country, is in wine, blueberry wine. And there's a winery in particular. There are a couple of Nova Scotia wineries that make blueberry wine, but Lunenburg Winery has been making fruit wine for many years, and their blueberry wine, I have to say, is their best. The other wines can be just a little bit more subtle. You know, a pear wine, you don't taste maybe the pears as much as you'd like to, but when you're drinking blueberry wine, you know what you're having. So I'm going to say, yes, I prefer to drink my blueberries. Thank you.
Why have you never brought me?
Yeah, for real.
I'm like, what the heck? I have a boring answer. I mean, I love my blueberries or wild blueberries. I eat them every day in my Greek yogurt, but I freeze them because I trick myself that it's like ice cream. So I'll freeze the wild blueberries, put tons in Greek yogurt, maybe a little protein powder, mix it all up. I just convince myself that I'm eating blueberry ice cream, and it is so good. I eat it every single day.
Well, and it's so good for you. The antioxidants in blueberries alone, it just creates better health. So you're eating the healthy version of ice cream, Aaron. You love
there
that.
you go.
I love blueberries in any way, shape, or form. I've had blueberry wine from the Ostrich Club over in the Hydrostone, and it was delicious. I can't tell you what the brand was, but I do know it was delicious. So I'm feeling both of your ways of consuming blueberries, but I have to say blueberry pie, because my grandmother used to make an amazing blueberry pie, and she is originally from Moncton, so you know, all comes back full circle. So you know, blueberries from the Maritimes.
Oh my goodness. For me, yeah, I eat blueberries in its natural form, but I'll also take it in a blueberry muffin. I love blueberry muffins. I'll buy one anytime I see them. Yeah, I'm not picky.
I love it. What a great day to celebrate Blueberry Day, you know? So we want to ask you, the viewer, how do you like to eat your blueberries, and who makes it best? Of course, send us a text to 10400, and if you've never texted us before, click that Atlantic option.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:52. We're going to head over to Hollywood and take a look at your entertainment headlines.
Mariska Hargitay will be hosting the 78th Emmy Awards. The Law & Order SVU star will take the stage in September in Los Angeles, with the nominees being announced this morning. K-pop superstars BTS are inching closer to bringing their world tour to the U.S. They just finished their 2 shows in London. They'll play Munich and Paris before arriving in New Jersey on August 1st.
I'll be back.
He said, "I'll be back," and he meant it. Terminator 2 Judgment Day is returning to movie theaters to celebrate its 35th anniversary. James Cameron's sequel film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger will be back on the big screen August 28th. And all Gilmore Girls fans can be Team Jess today as Milo Ventimiglia celebrates his 49th birthday. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News.
So once you get into a fight.
And climate change and urban sprawl are having an effect on animal habitat, with more sightings of wildlife closer to people's homes.
CTV's John Benavelli Rao met a young boy who's created a digital solution to a growing problem.
Just above the playhouse there where my kids used to play.
What Kathleen Miller saw in her backyard recently truly surprised her.
Shocked because I've never seen a bear, first of all, but never seen a bear around here.
Up in a tree, this black bear that she snapped photos of behind her house in the Stouffville neighborhood on the outskirts of Toronto, where there have been several local bear sightings in recent weeks, and this one came a little too close for comfort.
And he was just hanging in the tree looking really comfortable with his hands and legs down.
After 3 days, provincial officials came and caught the bear and relocated him. The latest wildlife encounter in the burbs. Coyotes have also caused problems of late, including an attack in this playground in Whitby, Ontario on Sunday evening that saw a 2-year-old get bitten. This 8-year-old in Markham heard about the incidents and learned wildlife is losing space to people, creating conflicts, so he decided to act.
I wanted to find a solution for this problem by using technology, so I decided to make an app.
Yuhan Sayuran, who has some computer smarts, felt there was some urgency, so he turned to artificial intelligence to assist him with creating an app that he thinks could help.
I wanted to use AI because AI could help us solve problems much faster than coding, because coding would take maybe weeks for me. So then I decided to go with AI.
In a couple of days, the youngster, who's going into grade 4, created Urban Wild Watch, a site that lets people report animal sightings so others can be aware of them.
You could report any animals, but the main ones are coyotes, foxes, and raccoons.
He says it's been rewarding to see people use his app, and he hopes it'll help protect both people and the animals so that encounters don't end with either being harmed. Sayuran says his app can be used for locations anywhere in the world, and he hopes more people start using it. John Valley-Rouse, CTV News, Markham, Ontario.
Taking another look at our 3-day forecast, a high of 29 degrees in New Brunswick today with a mix of sun and cloud. 30 degrees on Thursday. We are looking at a low chance of showers into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms for the northern region of the province. 28 degrees on Friday with sunshine across the province. For Nova Scotia, 24 degrees today, a few showers into the afternoon for parts of the province. 29 on Thursday, sunshine for much of the province, but we do have some isolated showers for Cape Breton Island. 27 degrees on Friday with a mix of sun and cloud, and a low chance of showers returns into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, 24 degrees, mainly sunny skies today. 27 on Thursday, holding on to sunshine to end off the work week with a high of 25.
It's Wednesday, July 8th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a tragic collision. 3 are dead after an ambulance and a transport truck collide near Confederation Bridge. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And celebrating Seafest. We'll speak with the folks from Yarmouth Seafest about the activities happening this year. That conversation is coming up in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. It's almost 7 o'clock. We're almost there. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. I'm like, it's taking forever. But yes, definitely going to see sunshine for the region. A beautiful day, but we do welcome some shower activity for parts of the region.
Especially farmers, right? We need that for farms. We need the crops. We need the strawberries. We need the blueberries when they come.
Oh, yeah.
All about balance. All about balance.
Exactly.
And who doesn't like, like a little midweek shower?
Yeah. My favorite is when it rains overnight.
Oh, yes.
Great for sleeping and also
hitting the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very therapeutic. But I also like some showers during the day sometimes because it gives me an excuse to stay home and get things done there.
True.
And then I don't feel like I'm missing out on summer. You know what I mean?
Because you're like, okay, I have to do the laundry. I have to clean. I have to do the vacuuming. And you're just like, but it's so sunny outside.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I gotta go outside instead. So
I'll pay attention to the forecast to see when maybe today's I tackle that upstairs bathroom.
Right?
We'll see. Non-Digby, though.
Non-Digby. No, and
The
Digby, you're
bathroom can
staying
wait.
outside. Yeah. Lots of sunshine to start your day. Temperatures a little bit cooler than yesterday morning, but still heating up relatively quickly. This morning, we're looking at 14 degrees in Sydney, 11 in Halifax, 16 in Charlottetown, with 10 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, 19 degrees already in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and 18 over in Gander. Holding on to some muggy heat for parts of Labrador due to a heat warning that remains in effect until this evening. So keep in mind sun safety when heading out. The UV index will track moderate to very high across the maritime region, just taking a dip for parts of Nova Scotia due to some active weather. Newfoundland and Labrador also tracking moderate to high and very high throughout your day today. And in terms of our satellite and radar, a bit of cloud coverage early this morning to start your day, still seeing lots of sunshine. We do have a chance of showers moving in for parts of Labrador this afternoon. And then for Nova Scotia, looking at a few showers moving in later this morning. Here's a look at our current wind situation across all three maritime provinces. Remaining light this morning, picking up into the afternoon. 22 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 19 in Sydney with 17 in Canso. Wind gusts getting up to 30 right now in Sydney. We'll take a look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. A terrible accident has claimed the lives of 3 people near the Confederation Bridge. The victims were all in an ambulance from P.E.I. that collided with a transport truck. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
Police say the crash occurred when the driver of an ambulance traveling from Prince Edward Island collided with a transport truck. A 77-year-old woman from Montague, P.E.I., a 56-year-old man from Warren Grove, P.E.I., and a 23-year-old woman from 9 Mile Creek, P.E.I., were killed in the crash. All were occupants of the ambulance. The driver of the transport was sent to hospital with serious but not considered to be life-threatening injuries. A spokesperson for Prince Edward Island EMS says they are deeply saddened by the tragedy and they are providing support to staff who are dealing with the heartbreaking collision. The highway leading to and from Confederation Bridge was closed for hours this morning and afternoon while traffic was diverted to a rural route near Murray Beach Provincial Park. Some caught in long lineups were told by first responders the severity of the crash.
Just that it was a very serious accident, and that's about all they would add to that. But when we were tied up for at least an hour, and there was all the way over the bridge, traffic was backed up all the way back to the toll barrier.
Members of several RCMP detachments and local volunteer firefighters attended the scene, as well as numerous provincial agencies. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
And a 72-year-old woman is in hospital with serious injuries after she was struck by a pickup truck in a marked crosswalk on Quinpool Road. Police say the woman was crossing near Vernon Street when she was hit Tuesday afternoon. The 72-year-old was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. The driver was ticketed by police at the scene. A man is dead following a crash in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley Monday. Police say a dirt bike and dump truck collided around 9 p.m. Monday night on Prospect Road in Morristown, south of Berwick. The motorcyclist, a 30-year-old man from Aylesford, was pronounced dead at the scene. The truck driver wasn't hurt. The investigation is ongoing. Video of one man's racist rant recorded at a Halifax Costco store has sparked an investigation by the police hate crime unit. And a word of caution, some viewers may find this content offensive. CTV's Callum Smith reports.
This was the scene Saturday afternoon at the Halifax Costco. A man appears to follow 2 women wearing hijabs, aggressively shouting at them to leave the country. Then a bystander confronts him.
You own Costco? No. You own no.
Then the man swings in the direction of another Muslim, a man filming the encounter. And apparent death threats follow.
We're killing every one of you here. Every one of you. You we're killing every one of you.
The footage was sent to the National Council of Canadian Muslims.
Islamophobic hatred, anti-Muslim hatred. We don't have to harangue over the terminology, I suppose. I think Canadians know when they see this kind of thing happen, they know exactly what they're seeing. Telling people to go back to their country, death threats, Again, we don't have to accept this.
Muslim leaders are calling on politicians to condemn what happened and support the fight against Islamophobia.
Educations and, raising awareness and speaking about it and, and speaking against it out loudly. When we see it, this becomes a responsibility upon all of us as Canadians.
Halifax Regional Police is appealing for help to identify the suspect.
It was reported that a man was yelling racially offensive language and slurs at a family inside the store. We believe this incident to be motivated by hate.
It was a disturbing videos, but it was just what went in my mind was another misinformed person about Islam, about Muslims.
Despite the troubling nature of the video, the local mosque wants to welcome the woman who confronted the man.
The lady, she's, she became the Nova Scotian heroes. So again, on behalf of the Muslim community, thank you very much.
Saying the majority of Canadians would condemn the suspect's behavior.
CTV's Callum Smith. As it marks its 125th anniversary, there is optimism. The Macadam Railway Station, which is the grandest station still standing in the Maritimes, has a bright future. A new $1.5 million HVAC system and solar panels have been incorporated into the historic structure, blending seamlessly into the attraction.
That was one of the goals, to make things as unobtrusive as possible and retain the heritage look of the building.
We are so delighted to be able to have this building now fully operational with heat and cool temperatures, and we are ready to move this station forward with not just operations in the summer, but operations throughout the year.
Officials say rentals are also open the door for events and gatherings in the building, along with the ultimate goal of reopening the former hotel in the upper floors.
Woohoo!
Yes, literally for you.
So for me. And now that we've seen wonderful shots of the interior, which I hadn't seen before. Seriously, we'll be going.
I was going to say, once they get that hotel up and running, I know who's going to be the first one in there.
100%. I'll be there for the opening day. Love that lunch counter. And I hope they are open more during the year, because it's really hard for me to get away in the summer. I have so many commitments in Cape Breton.
Fair.
So this fall, though.
I know.
Okay, Macadam, let's call me.
Yeah.
All right. It's someplace I'd also love to go, but maybe not this exact time of the year, is Pamplona, because the running of the bulls is happening.
Oh, yes.
Here you go. Hundreds of brave souls hit the streets, sprinting to avoid the charging bulls. All along, if you see very narrow, winding cobblestone streets, many wear the traditional garb of white trousers and shirt with red sash and neckerchief. No serious injuries have been reported. This was the first round of races. There will be several as the festival takes place this week. Always makes for good visuals for TV.
I love it.
Who would do this?
Me.
Terrifying.
You would?
100%. If you're not running with the bulls, you're not living.
I'm happy to share the footage.
Me with my red hair.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you would be. The bulls would be so very
drawn to you,
energized by your presence. Yes.
They usually are.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I know you love the World Cup. That I can verify. If you want to watch the coverage, we've got it. CTV TSN and Crave is your home for all coverage of the games. Some days the CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6 casts will be moved to this channel, CTV 2. Tomorrow is one of those days, not today. Tomorrow and Friday, actually, but to get the details, there's a QR code or ctvnewsatlantic.ca. You can learn all kinds of things there, actually, at ctvnewsatlantic.ca, including sign up for the a little alerts, and you'll get breaking news. You'll know what's happening before anybody else.
It's true. It's true. Speaking of breaking news, we are going to take a break from this news.
Indeed.
After, of course, Latavia will have a full look at this forecast for Wednesday, and of course, a look at your international and national news headlines. And we can't really see the train station right now, but we are in Macadam.
We know it's there. Good morning, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 7:13, taking a live look at Ingonish. 17 degrees to start your day. lots of sunshine as fog begins to burn off. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Temperatures slowly beginning to rise above seasonal for our daytime highs yet again. As of right now, it is 11 degrees in Halifax, 17 in Charlottetown, 12 degrees right now in Fredericton, with 16 in Labrador City, 19 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 18 degrees in St. Anthony. We do still have a heat warning that remains in effect for parts of Labrador until Wednesday evening, this evening. So keep that in mind when you are heading out. Make sure to stay hydrated and keep in mind sun safety. We are going to see sunshine across Atlantic Canada yet again today, but a bit of shower activity will move in as well. A chance of some scattered showers will move in for parts of Labrador with the risk of thunderstorms. And then later this morning into the afternoon, a few showers will move in for parts of Nova Scotia. Quite light and spotty in its activity, though. Increasing cloudiness also into this afternoon, starting to clear out and break down into this evening. Fog will redevelop into the overnight hours, though, and we are going to see precipitation move in for parts of Atlantic Canada into our forecast for Thursday. If you're wondering about precipitation totals for today, it's going to remain quite light, only seeing an additional 2 to 5 millimeters for Edmundston, and then for parts of Labrador, looking at 2 to 5 millimeters as well. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, another warm day is ahead. Daytime highs will range from 23 up to 30 degrees into the northern region of the province. Increasing cloudiness this afternoon, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud. Wind also picking up into the afternoon with wind gusts of 40. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 21 degrees in Surrey up to 26 in Tignish. We are going to see increasing cloudiness, still seeing mainly sunny skies this afternoon. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, we are going to see sunshine today, but also seeing a chance of showers, well, a few showers, I should say, into eastern Nova Scotia this afternoon. For Cape Breton Island, seeing a few showers into the evening. For the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 20 degrees in Bridgewater up to 26 in Middleton as well as Kentville. Mainly cloudy skies. A few showers start to move in later this morning. Wind gusts of 40. For Labrador City, 27 degrees, mainly cloudy with showers into the afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms. 26 for St. John's, Newfoundland, with mainly sunny skies. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is your Campfire Conditions Report brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. And due to some hot and dry conditions, most counties in New Brunswick right now are not allowed to have a campfire. The exceptions being St. John County and Charlotte County, where campfires are permitted between the hours of 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. For the province of Nova Scotia, campfires are currently permitted between the hours of 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. And for the province of Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently allowed, with domestic brush burning only allowed between the hours of 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. Keep fires small and under control, and never leave a fire unattended.
Prime Minister Mark Carney is among the leaders attending the second day of the NATO summit in Turkey. Military spending targets and the war in Ukraine are among the key issues being discussed. CTV's Graham Richardson has the details.
The biggest issue here at NATO, especially for European allies, is the war in Ukraine. Russia bombing Kyiv the day before Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived here in Turkey. He met with Prime Minister Mark Carney today. Reports say 30 people died during the attack.
This barbarism of Putin, which continues in recent days, will not succeed.
That, coupled with U.S. President Donald Trump's anger with the alliance over a perceived lack of support for the American-Israeli war with Iran. Into this tense atmosphere, Canada trying to tell a positive story. It's getting help from the head of NATO. Today, the alliance confirming it will negotiate with Saab to buy more Global-I planes in what could be a lucrative partnership with Bombardier in Montreal.
This will ensure we keep NATO's owned and operated surveillance and early warning capability strong and credible for decades to come.
Canadian officials are quick to counter the tension with their new spending, like Monday's announcement on subs and how they're deepening connections with NATO allies.
It means that we can each share crews, for example, on the submarines.
The consensus is Canada is in a much better position here than even a few months ago.
Remember that just a few summits ago, it was a question of reaching 2% of GDP in terms of defense spending. We've achieved that now.
That may be true, but again today, government officials would not say specifically how much all of this military spending will cost. Again today, the defense minister said that the submarine contract will grow the economy. Usually when you spend like this, you have three options: hike taxes, cut programs, or take on more debt. Graham Richardson, CTV News, Ankara.
The mystery of Australia's curious spaceballs may be solved. Several of these unidentified objects were found on a beach in the northern eastern part of the country last week. Now, the Australian Space Agency says they are likely pressure vessels from a space launch. The agency says the location and characteristics of these so-called spaceballs are consistent with debris from a foreign rocket. The agency is working with international authorities to confirm their theory. Time now for a quick break, but CTV Your Morning Atlantic will be right back after this.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It's 7:22. Now, celebrating life by the sea is easy to do in our region, and that's what the Yarmouth Sea Fest is all about. To talk more about this year's festival, which runs July 10th to 18th, is Catherine Davison, president of the Yarmouth Sea Fest. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning.
So let's talk about Yarmouth Sea Fest. I have not been, and I'm sure many of the viewers have, but some haven't. So for somebody who hasn't been before, describe what this wonderful festival is all about.
Well, it's really a maritime festival. It takes place every July since 1979. So this is our 48th year, and it's throughout Yarmouth. We celebrate food, culture, and the life of coastal community, being Yarmouth. We have lots and lots of events that take place starting this coming Friday and end always with our Saturday beach day.
Wonderful. Well, checked out your website. It's super easy to navigate. So much happening every single day, and things for all ages. I want to know more about the herring toss. There is the adult herring toss category and the children's herring toss categories. Well, here we have so tell us more about this. You actually throw fish?
We throw fish, and we throw lots of fish. It takes between, I'd say, 160 to 175 pounds of herring between the two events. The adults, it's all timed. The adults are in teams of two. They have to throw fish at each other, try and catch as many fish. But the trick is they also have to get dressed up in sou'wester gear.
Whoa. Okay, so, that sounds like wonderful. All right. Well, I know
and
there's
fight the seagulls.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's an online photo competition, so I'm sure that there are going to be some great shots of that event online. Let's talk a little bit more. So what are a couple other events you want to highlight while we're here?
Oh, we have the Gilles Boudreau and Friends Lobster Boil going on. That's a fundraiser, a cancer fundraiser. Kids Day is on Sunday. We have pet pageants and the pedal boat races. We have live nightly entertainment. Once again, we're reintroducing that. But new this year, we have a teddy bear picnic. We have trivia night and a princess and a pirate tea for the kids. So there's just so many things. And of course, our pedal boat races. And I can't say enough about our car rally scavenger hunt and the amazing race. So there's so much going on.
You could spend the whole week for sure and not run out of things to do. I love how the event also celebrates features of the community, like the Cape Horseshoe Lighthouse and the museum. You really do a great job of integrating everything into this event so that everybody can really appreciate what you've got to offer in Yarmouth. Why is this event important to Yarmouth?
Well, it showcases everything about Yarmouth and the surrounding areas. It's a very beautiful part of southwestern Nova Scotia. And we want to showcase again how we all together can collaborate with different groups to put off a really wonderful and fun-filled festival. So that's our intent.
Well, it looks like you pulled it off again, Catherine, for the 48th year in the community.
We're trying.
We're trying. We'll see how it goes next week, but we'll put the information on our website so people can find it. Thanks for your hard work, and thanks for joining us this morning.
And thank you very much. Hope to see you down here.
I would love to go. I would love to go. All right, we're going to turn our attention over to Latavia now with a 3-day forecast.
Thanks, Crystal. 29 degrees in New Brunswick today with a mix of sun and cloud. 30 degrees on Thursday. We are going to see some isolated showers, the risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon for the northern region. Sunshine to end off the work week with a high of 28. For Nova Scotia, 24 degrees today. We do have a few showers for parts of the province later this morning. 29 degrees on Thursday. Sunshine for much of the province. Isolated showers return for Cape Breton Island. 27 on Friday. A mix of sun and cloud with some isolated showers. For Prince Edward Island, 24 today with sunshine. Sunshine continues on Thursday with a high of 27, 25 on Friday.
Coming up this half hour, the importance of creativity and fun. The folks from Brigadoon Village are here to make a fun summer craft. That's in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. Come on in and join us 7:30 on this Wednesday, July 8th. Halfway through the show, halfway through the week. We're right at the midpoint.
There we go.
So congrats. We've made it halfway there.
We're halfway there.
Oh!
At least you both got it.
I sure did.
There's sometimes where I say these things and I'm around the younger generation and they kind of just look at me like I'm strange.
Girl, I was at a concert during the Slippery When Wet tour. Wow. It was my first concert, but yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was great. Another memory I have back in the day is summer camp. Did you ever get to go to summer camp?
Did do summer camps. I love summer camps. My nephew's there right now.
Oh my goodness.
Is it a good week for summer camps?
Yeah, that's a great one. We're going to make a camp craft, which I'm thrilled about in a few minutes.
That's so much fun.
But you know, even if it rains at camp, it's part of the experience.
Exactly, and you get to do some indoor activities. Here's a live look at Martok this morning. Beautiful sunshine early on.
Speaking of camp,
right?
They have something like
zip
this.
line?
Yeah, they have something like this Brigadoon, like a high level camp. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yes,
That's
I love
epic.
that.
Bring back adult summer camps. If there ever was one, I don't know. Anyways, over to our current temperatures. 15 degrees to start your day in Sydney, 17 right now in Charlottetown, 12 degrees in Fredericton, 19 in Happy Valley Goose Bay. And taking a look at that heat warning that remains in place for parts of Labrador will end later this evening. Keep in mind sun safety and hydration if you are headed out to soak up that sunshine, tracking moderate to very high across the Maritime region. Also tracking moderate to very high across Newfoundland and Labrador today. We do have a bit of shower activity moving in parts of Atlantic Canada for Labrador. A chance of scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms this afternoon, and a few showers will move into parts of Nova Scotia today. In terms of our wind forecast, starting at 24 kilometers per hour this morning in North Cape, 17 in Sydney, 15 in Yarmouth with 13 in Shelburne, only one wind gust at this time, getting up to 30 in Sydney. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. A terrible accident has claimed the lives of 3 people near the Confederation Bridge. The victims were all in an ambulance from P.E.I. that collided with a transport truck. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
Police say the crash occurred when the driver of an ambulance traveling from Prince Edward Island collided with the transport truck. A 77-year-old woman from Montague, P.E.I., a 56-year-old man from Warren Grove, P.E.I., and a 23-year-old woman from 9 Mile Creek, P.E.I., were killed in the crash. All were occupants of the ambulance. The driver of the transport was sent to hospital with serious but not considered to be life-threatening injuries. A spokesperson for Prince Edward Island EMS says they are deeply saddened by the tragedy and they are providing support to staff who are dealing with the heartbreaking collision. The highway leading to and from Confederation Bridge was closed for hours this morning and afternoon, while traffic was diverted to a rural route near Murray Beach Provincial Park. Some caught in long lineups were told by first responders the severity of the crash.
Just that it was a very serious accident, and that's about all they would add to that. But when we were tied up for at least an hour, and there was all the way over the bridge, traffic was backed up all the way back to the toll barrier.
Members of several RCMP detachments and local volunteer firefighters attended the scene, as well as numerous provincial agencies. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
Both vehicles involved in the collision have been sent for an inspection, and police say the cause of Tuesday's crash is under investigation. The premier of P.E.I. issued a statement on the tragic event Tuesday afternoon, saying in part, Prince Edward Island is a small province and losses like this are felt deeply. Today we stand together in grief. He concluded by offering condolences to the families of the victims. A 72-year-old woman is in hospital with serious injuries after she was struck by a pickup truck in a marked crosswalk on Quinpool Road. Police say the woman was crossing near Vernon Street when she was hit Tuesday afternoon. The 72-year-old was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. The driver was ticketed by police at the scene. A man is dead following a crash in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley Monday. Police say a dirt bike and dump truck collided around 9 p.m. Monday night on Prospect Road in Morristown, south of Berwick. The motorcyclist, a 30-year-old man from Aylesford, was pronounced dead at the scene. The truck driver wasn't hurt, and the investigation is ongoing. Video of one man's racist rant recorded at a Halifax Costco store has sparked an investigation by the police hate crime unit. A word of caution to some, the viewers might find this content offensive. The video shows a man following two women wearing hijabs around the store, shouting at them to leave. The man then elbows another customer who was filming the incident. Shared widely, the unsettling footage has sparked reaction from the city's Muslim community, who say it perfectly illustrates the increasing attacks they face.
Islamophobic hatred, anti-Muslim hatred. We don't have to harangue over the terminology, I suppose. I think Canadians know when they see this kind of thing happen, they know exactly what they're seeing. Telling people to go back to their country, death threats. Again, we don't have to accept this.
Educations and, raising awareness and speaking about it and, and speaking against it out loudly when we see it, becomes a responsibility upon all of us as Canadians.
Halifax police have released screenshots from the video in hopes of identifying the suspect. A Halifax talk radio station is off the air for good as of Tuesday, a victim of corporate cutbacks. Rogers-owned News 95.7 was among half a dozen outlets shut down by the company Tuesdays. Other stations closed in Vancouver, Calgary, and Kitchener, Ontario, and there were staff cuts at city TV stations. Monday, Rogers announced it paid nearly $5 billion to become the sole owner of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, which runs the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Raptors, and the Argos. Now for some cute images to show you. Bengal tiger cubs could be seen playing inside the Cuban National Zoo this week. Let's have a look at the little animals. Yes, among the litter is a rare white tiger cub. The cubs are being cared for by zoo workers who are trying to keep the zoo running despite the shortage of fuel and medicine across the island nation. Of course, blackouts in Cuba. The zoo is also home to other animals, including zebras and rhinos and hippos. Oh my.
Wow. Gosh, they're incredible creatures.
Aren't they?
Their sound is quite menacing.
I know. Wow. Look at how big their little paws are. I say little, but it's like the size of the guy's face.
Oh no, they could barely wrangle the cub.
Weighing them.
Gosh, that's amazing. Wow, thank you, Brienne.
You're welcome.
We needed that.
I figured you needed that.
Yeah, we did. Okay, we've got a chance to let you win a great prize package. I'm super excited about this one. CTV and Vintage Stove and Fireplace are teaming up to help you fire up your summer. So one lucky viewer will win a Traeger Tailgater pellet grill. There it is. A $500 Coldstream Clear Distillery gift card and 4 full package tickets to the Cape Breton Island Pro Rodeo at Sydney's Open Hearth Park in September. So to enter this amazing contest, go to ctvatlantic.ca or use that QR code. Enter now. This is a good one.
Good luck.
Yes.
What a dream.
We have a segment coming up where we will be showing some grilling because our friends from Vintage Stove and Fireplace were in yesterday with the Traeger.
Yeah.
What can't that outdoor grill do?
Do you know what it probably could do? It could probably grill blueberries.
You could you could do maybe a blueberry, like a bit of a sauce for a salmon or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
And that ties into our chat for today because we want to know, what's your favorite way to eat blueberries? Is it on the grill? It could be.
Never had it.
Who makes it best? Send us a text because we want to know.
All right, yeah, lots going on.
Lots
Okay,
going on.
we do let us know 10400.
Yep.
The responses are coming in.
Love it.
Yeah, we got some creative responses actually, not just the typical.
See, so someone may have put blueberries on the grill.
Exactly.
Not just me.
Yeah.
Not just me. All right, we'll take a quick break now, but still ahead, the magic of messy art. The folks from Brigadoon stopped by the studio to give us a sneak peek on why creativity and getting a little messy play such an important role in the Brigadoon experience.
Welcome back. The time now is 7:43. Taking a live look at a very foggy start to the day in Halifax. 12 degrees as of right now. We are expecting a few showers to move in a bit later on this morning. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Temperatures starting to rise as of right now. 16 degrees in Yarmouth with 17 starting off your day in Charlottetown. 12 degrees in Fredericton. 16 in Labrador City. 18 already in St. John's, Newfoundland. Holding on to a heat warning for parts of Labrador until this evening. So something to keep in mind if you are headed out in that area. Keep in mind sun safety and hydration. We're still seeing the UV index track very high for parts of Atlantic Canada. Sunshine for much of the region. Into the afternoon, though, we do have a chance of some scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms moving into Labrador, and a few showers will be tracking across parts of Nova Scotia. Increasing cloudiness into the afternoon as well, still being left with lots of sunshine, and that takes us into tonight. We start to see that cloud coverage break down. Fog will redevelop into the overnight hours, and we are going to see sunshine in the forecast for Thursday. Temperatures still remain above seasonal, but also seeing a few showers return for parts of the region. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light, only seeing an additional 2 to 5 millimeters for Edmundston and also into parts of Labrador. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs heating up around 23 to 30 degrees into the northern region of the province. Increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud. Wind gusts of 40. Prince Edward Island also going to see lots of sunshine across the island today. Highs between 21 degrees in Surrey, up to 26 in Tignish. Light wind out of the south at only 15 kilometers per hour. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 18 degrees in Canso up to 26 in Amherst and Truro. We are going to see sunshine for this part of the province, but into later this morning, a few showers for eastern Nova Scotia, Cape Breton Island, looking at a chance of showers into the evening. For the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 20 degrees in Bridgewater up to 26 in Middleton and Kentville. Mainly cloudy, foggy early this morning with showers moving in later this morning as well. Labrador City looking at a high of 27 degrees today, mainly cloudy skies to start your day. Scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected into the afternoon with 26 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, mainly sunny throughout your day. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Yay, thanks to Tavia at 7:45. And summer camp has officially started at Brigadoon, and this year they're bringing a little camp magic to our studio with a fun activity, Messy Arts. And we're going to talk more about exactly what that means and why it's so important to the camp. We got program manager Katie Kism and communications specialist Jessie Taylor in the house today to talk about the magic of camp. Thank you both for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So first of all, Katie, Brigadoon's a special place. Talk about just in general what you offer people.
Yeah, for sure. So we're known for our summer camp programming, and since 2011 we've run various summer camp programs for kids living with different chronic illness and other life challenges, and this summer we're welcoming up to 20 different populations to come and experience the magic of camp.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Jessie, you have experienced the magic of camp. You
Yes.
work for the camp now, but you were a camper back in the day.
Yes, I used to go to Camp Celiac and also Camp Treasure Chest as a leadership camper and a junior counselor, so I've had a bunch of different roles.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. And I went to summer camp back in the day too. Those experiences live with you for a lifetime. They change you. That's a place where you can really, I don't know, just explore beyond your normal life. Like, look at what you offer Camp Brigadoon.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the food is delicious, but there's outdoor sports, hiking, exploration of nature. What else goes on there?
Yeah, so a week at camp is full of lots of different activities. You know, really it's the campers that make the experience, along with their counselors, just that week that they'll never forget. Yeah. All these campers coming from across Atlantic Canada, some of them never meeting other children living with the same experiences of them, and so that's what really the power of camp is at Brigadoon, is that connection that they build and that community they build.
Definitely, connection and community and crafts.
Yeah,
the 3 C's. So let's start with the craft today.
Absolutely. So we have a little bit of an example here of a campfire, something that we have every night at camp. We're going to use some Q-tips, which is something you have around the house.
Grab a board?
Yeah. Canvas. So you can kind of dig into the paint. There's a little bit of pointillism, but also just draw around whatever feels right for you.
So you want to do it too? Katie?
Yeah,
Sure,
get in.
yeah.
We can make some logs
Not
in
the
our
first time you've made
fire.
No, so this is part of our Metzi Arts program, and every week campers have the opportunity to choose something we call a pursuit, and it's kind of like picking their major. So something they really want to spend time on and dig into a little deeper and learn some new skills. And so we offer lots of different arts programming for them through the week to build some more confidence in an area of their choosing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Why, for example, creative exploration like this, why is that important for the camp experience?
I mean, so often many of our campers are coming with an identity that's often built around their diagnosis. And so the opportunity for them to reflect and see them build skills and see that there's more to them than just perhaps that diagnosis. And art is certainly a wonderful way to do that.
You know what I've noticed too, what we're doing right now? It's parallel. I'm not looking at you, but I find it's easier to talk when you're doing something. It's like that it flows a little more
there's
freely.
absolutely a bit of a therapeutic value in that, right? And we can start conversations. We can open up a little bit more to our new campers, new friends that we're making or meeting, and find some common ground. Hey?
Oh my gosh, this is so fun. All right, so people out there, I know that they can support the camp in various ways, but the camp, after summer, it's a different season. Talk about what happens between September and then the next year.
Yeah, so we don't just close our doors at the end of the summer. Our facility is open year-round, and so from September to June, we have groups join us, whether that's school groups or community groups, corporate retreats, great opportunity for team building, and all of those programs, when they come and book with us, they support our summer program. In that sense, we know that 85% of our summer campers require financial assistance, and we have a pay-what-you-can model, and so that means that no camper is ever turned away for financial reasons, and coming through the fall or the spring helps support our summer campers.
That's fantastic. The big swim is coming up too in August. Registration closes at the end of this month. We were talking about that. 3 different distances this year. It's at Aylesford Lake, right by the camp. I'm hoping to actually register with my daughter, which would be fantastic.
Awesome.
But tell people at home, camps are pretty much full this year. If they wanted to get their youth involved in the summer camp, when the applications
so if this sounds like something for a youth our applications open at the beginning of February of each year, and our campers we welcome between the ages of 7 and 18. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll put the information about Camp Brigadoon on the website. Thank you so much. Look, I created a little campfire craft. I love it. Okay, we're going to turn our attention over now to Brianne with Health and Medical News.
Thank you, Crystal. In health and medical news, an anti-inflammatory diet may lower dementia risk, even in people with early signs of Alzheimer's. That's one of the topics in Your Health. That's according to a new study published in the journal JAMA Network Open. It followed more than 1,800 adults aged 60 and older in Sweden who did not have dementia. Researchers assessed their diets over 6 years and measured 3 biomarkers associated with Alzheimer's disease. After 15 years, the researchers found that people whose diets had lower inflammatory potential were less likely to develop dementia. That held even in individuals who had higher biological risk. An anti-inflammatory diet describes an overall pattern of eating associated with lower levels of chronic inflammation in the body. Experts say it amounts to eating more vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and fruit, and less processed food and red meats. A debate on message boards and health-oriented websites if rotisserie chickens are actually healthy. A Vancouver-based registered dietitian said that rotisserie chickens are often made in-store and are not always labeled with nutritional information. That can make it challenging to understand how much sodium is in the chicken through the seasoning and brining. Many of us may be staying up later these days of summer, perhaps to watch those late World Cup games. But that can derail your sleep schedule, and experts say getting those Z's is a critical part of health year-round. Sleep medicine doctor Shafin Hart says having a regular sleep schedule is just as important, if not more critical, than the amount of Z's achieved at night.
Not only do people feel better if they have a regular schedule, but we also think this decreases their chances of cardiovascular events later in life and dementia.
Hart says if you're planning to be up later than normal, try sleep banking. Take a nap no longer than 30 minutes in the early afternoon and avoid late, heavy meals and alcohol, which can both impact sleep.
We have no milestones to pass along for you today, but if you'd like to see previously aired milestones or find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning that QR code on your screen, and a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. All right, so there's a dog in Maryland that loves his vanilla ice cream.
Yep, and it's being credited with helping to improve his life. ABC's Danny New has the story.
July is National Ice Cream Month, and we're meeting someone who wastes no time when he hears that ice cream truck jingle.
That's the fastest he will walk, is to get to the ice cream truck. And some days that's really all he walks.
Over the past few months, 12-year-old Edward here has been picking up a lot of attention online as he shows the world you can still pursue your passions in your golden years.
We can't motivate him some days to take more than 2 or 3 steps, but he will walk the whole way across the lawn to get that ice cream.
Amen, brother. Lindsay and her daughter Austin first brought Edward into their Maryland home as a foster about 2.5 years ago. However, his prognosis was not good.
The vet said, you should have 6 to 12 months of quality life.
From cancer to a crooked spine, his list of ailments was seemingly endless. So Austin and her brother Jack made a bucket list pretty darn long too. They brought Edward to the beach, introduced him to Santa, and even dressed up for Halloween together on more than one occasion. Here they are as the cast of E.T. and even the Kansas City Chiefs, with Austin as Taylor Swift and Edward as Patrick Mahomes.
How much better does Edward make your day when you come home from school?
It's always really good. Sometimes if I've had a bad day for some reason, I always come home and then he's always really happy, and he makes me happy.
Well, about 30 months after he was given around 6, Edward has since officially been adopted by their family. A family that has no problem pushing him to his beloved ice cream truck, even if he's not feeling so spry that day.
He still has a will to live, is what I would say. Very much so.
A will to lick.
Live and lick. Lick the ice cream and live.
And Lindsay wanted to emphasize that a lot of the times when you foster an animal, the shelter will pay for all expenses. So you just get a little buddy to love for a while, and who knows, maybe you end up adopting him. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Taking another look at our weather for New Brunswick. 29 degrees today with sunshine across the province. 30 degrees on Thursday. We do have some isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms for the northern region of the province. And then on Friday, sunshine returns with a high of 28. For Nova Scotia, 24 degrees today, a bit of sunshine for parts of the province, a few showers for others. 29 degrees on Thursday, looking at some isolated showers for Cape Breton Island, sunshine for the remainder of the province. 27 degrees to end off the work week, a mix of sun and cloud, isolated showers expected to return. Prince Edward Island, 24 degrees with mainly sunny skies. Sunshine continues on Thursday with a high of 27. And a mix of sun and cloud ends off the work week on Friday with a high of 25.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Wednesday, July 8th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a tragic collision. 3 are dead after an ambulance and transport truck collide near Confederation Bridge. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And a sweet treat. We meet a baker who taught herself how to bake, and she says that it's her greatest passion. A delicious segment you won't want to miss. That's coming up in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. My mouth is drooling as I look at those cake options, and yours will too, because apparently the cake that has been brought in by Melissa is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm hearing rave reviews and my mouth is watering.
Yeah. No, we love cake. We love We love all kinds of delicious treats on the show. But Mackenzie she brought a bunch of sweet treats to the telethon tribute show.
Yes.
And we were like, we need to talk about your passion here. Like, we want to find out what's going on behind, because everything is baked with love. Obviously.
Everything is made with love, and she has such a passion for the AWK as well, and it's just an overall sweet story. So
Indeed.
Her treats are as sweet as she is.
Yes. Yay. Just an uplifting interview we need on a busy morning. Weather-wise, it looks gorgeous, but it was when I was walking the dogs earlier this morning, like very misty.
Yes, and it is quite foggy still for parts of the region early on this morning. Not in Fredericton, though. Going to see lots of sunshine today. Currently 12 degrees in your area, so a bit cooler than we saw on Tuesday morning. Temperatures will rise, though. You're looking at 29 degrees as your daytime high. 17 degrees to start your day in Charlottetown, with 12 in Halifax, 15 degrees in Sydney, 19 right now in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 18 in St. Anthony. Holding on to a heat warning for parts of Labrador until this evening. So keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out. Still seeing the UV index track moderate to very high across much of the Maritime region. Newfoundland and Labrador also tracking moderate to very high throughout your day today. In terms of our weather, we are going to see a few showers move in for parts of Nova Scotia a little bit later this morning. For Labrador, we are looking at some scattered showers into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. And in terms of our wind forecast, it's going to be a bit breezy for parts of the Maritime region into the afternoon. As of right now, though, 24 kilometers per hour into North Cape, 17 in Sydney with 13 in Charlottetown, 11 in Halifax. Wind gusts of getting up to 30 right now in Sydney. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. A terrible accident has claimed the lives of 3 people near the Confederation Bridge. The victims were all in an ambulance from P.E.I. that collided with a transport truck. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
Police say the crash occurred when the driver of an ambulance traveling from Prince Edward Island collided with the transport truck. A 77-year-old woman from Montague, P.E.I., a 56-year-old man from Warren Grove, P.E.I., and a 23-year-old woman from 9 Mile Creek, P.E.I., were killed in the crash. All were occupants of the ambulance. The driver of the transport was sent to hospital with serious but not considered to be life-threatening injuries. A spokesperson for Prince Edward Island EMS says they are deeply saddened by the tragedy, and they are providing support to staff who are dealing with the heartbreaking collision. The highway leading to and from Confederation Bridge was closed for hours this morning and afternoon, while traffic was diverted to a rural route near Murray Beach Provincial Park. Some caught in long lineups were told by first responders the severity of the crash.
Just that it was a very serious accident, and that's about all they would add to that. But when we were tied up for at least an hour, and there was all the way over the bridge, traffic was backed up all the way back to the toll barrier.
Members of several RCMP detachments and local volunteer firefighters attended the scene, as well as numerous provincial agencies. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
A 72-year-old woman is in the hospital with serious injuries after she was struck by a pickup truck in a marked crosswalk on Quinpool Road. Police say the woman was crossing near Vernon Street when she was hit Tuesday afternoon. The 72-year-old was rushed to hospital with serious injuries. The driver was ticketed by police at the scene. And a man is dead following a crash in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley Monday. Police say a dirt bike and dump truck collided around 9 p.m. Monday night on Prospect Road in Morristown, south of Berwick. The motorcyclist, a 30-year-old man from Aylesford, was pronounced dead at the scene. The truck driver wasn't hurt. The investigation is ongoing. A video of one man's racist rant recorded at a Halifax Costco store has sparked an investigation by the police hate crime unit. And a word of caution, some viewers may find the content offensive. The video shows a man following 2 women wearing hijabs inside the store, shouting at them to leave. The man then elbows another customer who was filming the incident. Shared widely, the unsettling footage has sparked reaction from the city's Muslim community, who says it perfectly illustrates the increasing attacks they face.
Islamophobic hatred, anti-Muslim hatred. We don't have to harangue over the terminology, I suppose. I think Canadians know when they see this kind of thing happen, they know exactly what they're seeing. Telling people to go back to their country, death threats. Again, we don't have to accept this.
Educations and, raising awareness and speaking about it and, and speaking against it out loudly when we see it, this becomes a responsibility upon all of us as Canadians.
Halifax police have released screenshots from the video in hopes of identifying the suspect. A Halifax talk radio station is off the air for good as of Tuesday, a victim of corporate cutbacks. Rogers-owned News 95.7 was among half a dozen outlets shut down by the company Tuesday. Other stations closed in Vancouver, Calgary, and Kitchener, Ontario, and there were staff cuts at City TV stations. Monday, Rogers announced it paid nearly $5 billion to become the sole owner of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, which runs the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Raptors, and the Argos. Finally, one of the most famous and celebrated ships in the world spent the night in Halifax. The iconic Queen Mary 2 is moored in Halifax. The celebrated ship has a crew of almost 1,200 and can carry close to 2,700 guests among them. Ian and Jackie Richards from Wales celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary and taking in the local sights and sounds.
Yeah, it's good.
It's interesting, yeah. I love the seafront,
Yeah.
Lots of walking.
Went across to Dartmouth, bought some strawberries, some maple syrup, which we have to take back. It's great.
I love this so much. The couple say they sailed here before, but wound up diverted to St. John because of a hurricane. So they actually made it here this time. The Queen Mary 2 will start another cross-Atlantic trip on Friday from New York.
Hey, a little time in North America. The weather's been gorgeous for our cruise ship passengers.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's been so beautiful and sunny.
Love to see them on the waterfront. It's just nice. They bring a ton of money into the region.
A ton of money, a ton of voices, especially for those video journalists who are looking for people to talk to. It's always great. Can confirm.
I have reached into my wallet and given people ferry tokens because I want them to take the ride. But these people did it on their own. They didn't even need my nudging.
No nudging from you.
No, and those strawberries over there at OB's Market where they got them. I know where they got them. They're really good right now. So
Fair.
Yeah.
You're making me want to go to the canteen right now.
Well, it's great. Yeah, so many great restaurants in downtown Dartmouth. It is National Blueberry Day. That's a reminder our Move Morning Chat is how do you like your blueberries? We'll have a roundup later in the show.
How do you like your blueberries?
How do you like them?
You know what? I just thought of pancakes. Blueberry
pancakes.
I
love blueberry pancakes.
For me, a blueberry scone.
I also like a blueberry smoothie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's talk about sporting events. FIFA World Cup, not the only major sporting event happening this summer. It's also a jousting season. Yeah, the annual UNESCO-listed jousting festival is happening in Belgium. This would be something to see.
It would be.
Yeah, it's a celebration of Belgian medieval heritage. The jousters carry out full reenactments in authentic armor, carrying lances on horseback as they recreate the 16th century tournament. So these are just recreations. Imagine what it would have been like back in the day to watch these.
I watched Heath Ledger in A Knight's Tale, and I can tell you it would have been epic.
Yeah. Hence the suit of armor.
Have you ever been to in Toronto?
Medieval times?
Yes,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
No, but I have been to a Renaissance festival once in Michigan.
Okay.
Yes, I still think about it all the time. Actually, well, it was kind of a cool day. They had bread, like broccoli soup in a bread bowl.
I love a bread bowl.
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah, in medieval times, you'd have this big piece of meat, and you just eat it with your hands like a drumstick, and it was so much fun. You watch people joust and battle.
I had an ex-boyfriend who worked at medieval times, and so he would bring me home like legs of chicken. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's great connection.
Yeah, you also wear a crown. It was epic.
It was epic.
Oh my gosh, the one that got away for Brienne. You missed those free chicken legs.
I do miss those free chicken legs, that's for sure. Oh dear. All right, well, up next, Latavia will have a look at our Wednesday, our medieval forecast, see if it's chicken legs are in your future. And of course, national and international headlines. But here we are in Corner Brook. Beautiful day. Stay with us.
Good
morning and happy Wednesday. The time now is 8:12. We're taking a live look at a sunny start to the day in Charlottetown. Already 18 degrees in your area, so temperatures already beginning to rise across Atlantic Canada. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 12 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 17 in Yarmouth, 18 degrees over in Charlottetown, as I'd mentioned, 14 in Fredericton, 20 in Labrador City, and 21 in St. John's, Newfoundland. Holding on to heat for parts of Labrador with this heat warning remains in effect until this evening. Over to our forecast timeline. A bit of cloud coverage starting off the day, a bit of fog for parts of the Maritime region. We are going to see sunshine for much of Atlantic Canada today, but we do have some shower activity moving in, a few showers for Nova Scotia, as well as into Labrador, looking at a chance of showers this afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. Into tonight, we will be seeing a chance of showers move into Cape Breton Island. That takes us into early Thursday morning. Fog will start to burn off yet again, and we are going to see sunshine return, but also a bit of precipitation will return as well. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for Edmundston, as well as into parts of Labrador. Heating up yet again above seasonal daytime highs for New Brunswick, ranging from 23 to 30 degrees, being the warmest into the northern region of the province. Increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud, and wind gusts getting up to 40. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 21 to 26 today. Increasing cloudiness, still being left with mainly sunny skies, and pretty light wind right across the island today at only 15 kilometers per hour. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 18 degrees in Canso up to 26 in both Amherst and Truro. A mix of sun and cloud. We do have some few shower activity expected into the eastern area of the province. For Cape Breton Island, seeing a low chance of showers move in into the evening. For the rest of Nova Scotia, it is a cloudier start to the day. Showers will move in later this morning into the afternoon. A bit of fog as well, and highs will range from 19 in Bridgewater up to 26 in Middleton. For Labrador City, a high of 27 degrees today, a chance of scattered showers into the afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms, and 26 for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at mainly sunny skies. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. It was a big day for the Toronto Raptors as one of the team's most celebrated players calls it a career. Kyle Lowry came back to the city where he led his team to an NBA championship title. CTV's Mike Walker has the story.
The greatest Raptor of all time.
Marking the end of a 20-year career in the NBA, Kyle Lowry signing a ceremonial one-day contract and officially retiring a Toronto Raptor.
This is a special moment for me. Words can't really describe it.
The fan favorite fulfilling a promise he made years ago to retire a Raptor.
This place is, I call it home. I mean it through and through. Everything about the city of Toronto, the country of Canada. Yeah, it's done special wonders for me.
Lowry spent 9 seasons in Toronto, recognized for his gritty play, talent, and leadership, helping the team win its first and only NBA championship in 2019. A 6-time All-Star, Lowry holds the franchise record for most assists, steals, and three-point field goals.
To be one of only 2 players in NBA history to play 20 years under 6 foot and under is pretty incredible.
The Raptors announcing they will retire Lowry's number 7 jersey this upcoming season.
Watching him play basketball, stirred everybody's heart. He played a brand of basketball that very few in the NBA have matched.
He was worked very hard. He put the team together.
Raptors superfan Nav Bhatia says Lowry was the heartbeat of the team during his tenure here.
He had that fighting, I think, Philly spirits, they say. He had that fighting spirits. And, our championship run shows that.
Outside Scotiabank Arena, fans proudly wearing their Lowry jerseys to mark the milestone.
He stuck it through and, brought us eventually a championship. And I think what the Raptors are today as an organization are all because of Kyle Lowry.
The energy he brought to when he's playing, his skill, just how much of a leader he was.
Former teammate Kawhi Leonard, who led that championship team, had a front row seat for Lowry's retirement announcement, as the team is reportedly in the process of reacquiring him.
Kawhi is a special person. He's a special basketball player, and I appreciate him even coming.
The city declaring today Kyle Lowry Day. The WNBA's Toronto Temple also announcing that Lowry and his wife will have an ownership stake in the team.
To be in this situation, to do the things I've done, I think it was pretty spectacular.
As for what retirement looks like,
being with the kids and being a family, being dad.
Lowry will become the 2nd Raptor to have their number retired, joining an exclusive club with Vince Carter. Mike Walker, CTV News.
And the defending World Cup champions were nearly eliminated yesterday before mounting a stunning comeback.
Red shirts racing back as fast as they can.
Egypt looked to be on the verge of a massive upset after taking a 2-0 lead, but Argentina had other plans, scoring 3 goals to steal the win, led by, of course, Lionel Messi, who got his 8th goal of the tournament. It moves him to the top of the Golden Boot race for the tournament's leading scorer. Time now for a quick break here on CTV Your Morning Atlantic. Stay with us. We'll be right back with some sweet treats after this.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. We're in the kitchen with Mackenzie. Our next guest enjoys sharing good cheer by sharing her baked goods. We're very welcome to welcome Mackenzie Scanlon, the owner and founder of Mackenzie's Sweet Treats. Mackenzie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Well, we had to have you on the show because you were so generous with your baked goods at the tribute show for the IWK Telethon. And we just fell in love with your work, and we've known you for years, but that's the first time I actually had tasted your baked goods. Wow, they're good.
Well, thank you.
Well,
really appreciate that.
Our pleasure. I know you've been baking since 2017, and you're self-taught. How did you get into baking?
So I was in the hospital, and I had a surgery on my leg, actually, and couldn't walk, couldn't do anything, so I went on YouTube, and I found a video on basic baking, how to make chocolate chip cookies. Now, I was always interested in baking. My grandmother taught me how to bake when I was younger and everything, but I just watched that video and then it just changed my life, I guess. I just wanted to do it from that moment on.
It ignited a passion. It's so funny how we're drawn to things sometimes, and then it turns out that is the thing that we've been great at all along. Clearly, you're very talented, Mackenzie. Let's take a moment to celebrate this cake. Tell us what's going on here. It's incredible.
So I made a Your Morning Atlantic themed cake because what better way to celebrate coming on the show?
That's so good.
So I did the logo on the front, and I did the colors of the logo. So I tried to match the blue the best that I could.
Good job.
And this is all frosting. This is not airbrush. This is not anything. This is just ombre together. And then I just got all these miniature little furniture things to make a little miniature set on top. And the little camera actually works.
Whoa, Mackenzie, next level. This just goes, you take commissions, so it goes to prove that you can create something to match anybody's occasion.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I have done some of the craziest themes you could ever think of. Like sometimes I do basic ones like kids' birthdays, like dinosaurs and Barbie and you know, Minecraft and Mario and whatever. But then there are some people who are like, I want a supernatural themed cake, or I want this themed cake, or I want this other themed cake. And I'm like, say less, I got you.
Yeah, I know you do. All right, we only have about a minute left, Mackenzie. Look how beautiful that is. Let's talk about what else you've got. We've got these fantastic, are these cookies?
They are. Okay. They are Oreo stuffed chocolate chip cookies. They are one of the most popular things that I make, and you can see there's the Oreo in the middle there.
It's a cookie within a cookie. Oh my gosh, it's a cookie turducken. Is it?
Pretty much.
I love
Pretty
that.
much a cookie turducken.
Oh my gosh, can't wait. I'm gonna bite it in a second, but I wanted you to explain what this is too. These are beautiful.
These are caramel apple turtles cupcakes. Whoa. So there's apple pie filling on the top. There's homemade chocolate sauce, homemade caramel, and pecans on there. Oh
my gosh, they're gorgeous. Whoa, I can't, okay, here comes Brienne. Great, come on. Okay, Mackenzie, I think before we get in here and we start stealing the show by tasting your delicious treats, how can people hire you?
You can find me on Facebook at Mackenzie Sweet Treats. And you can also find me on Instagram, Mackenzie Sweet Treats, and on TikTok, Mackenzie Sweet Treats. I am here for all your occasions. No matter the price is not an object for me. I am just here to help people with who are low income to just give them quality baked goods.
Well, you'd certainly do a quality baked goods.
TV literally doesn't do this justice because it's amazing.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
There's sparkles.
What if we were to cut into the cake? What flavor is it?
Chocolate with chocolate pastry cream in the center.
Oh,
Yum.
girl, sounds delicious. All right.
Yes.
Well, Mackenzie, just thank you so much for spreading goodwill through your baking, and we hope to have you on again someday.
Yes, I would absolutely love that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, these are great.
All right, now
Really
let's
good.
talk about the 3-day forecast while we munch down on these
Delicious.
cookies.
So
In just
good.
a second. Thank you so much. All right, so 29 degrees in New Brunswick, looking at a mix of sun and cloud today. 30 degrees on Thursday. We do have some isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms for the northern region of the province. 28 degrees on Friday with a mix of sun and cloud. For Nova Scotia, 24 degrees today. We do have a few showers moving in for parts of the province. 29 on Thursday, sunny skies, isolated showers for Cape Breton Island. And then on Friday, 27, looking at some isolated showers returning into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, 24 degrees today. Lots of sunshine remains in the forecast on Thursday as well with 27. 25 on Friday with a mix of sun and cloud.
Coming up in this half hour, celebrating community. We speak with the folks from the New Brunswick Afro Fest about this year's festivities. That's coming up in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:29, almost 8:30. And wow, those treats, I know.
Taking chocolate out of my teeth still.
I know. Oh, Mackenzie's, what a talent.
So
I love
talented.
that she can rise to any occasion.
Literally. That cake was incredible. I like, you saw it, but you didn't see it.
Yes, exactly.
No, it's
the detail on the table, the little trinkets, the sofas, the camera.
Yeah, no, genius.
Oh my goodness.
We'll cut into it later. She's leaving it behind, so we'll get to actually try to love chocolate.
Bless her.
So it's chocolate with the chocolate buttercream in there. So good.
I'm gonna.
I gotta go.
Yeah, you're busy. You're busy right now.
I don't blame you. Oh my goodness.
No, when it's hot, if you're somebody with a really nice air conditioning, you could probably bake in the summertime. But for others, we need cooler days. So, is it a baking day?
Not really.
Okay, not today.
Oh my
you
God.
got to hire Mackenzie.
Look how beautiful that is.
I know, Halls Harbor. Early this morning, the sun is shining. We are still seeing sunshine for much of the region, as well as that heat staying in place above seasonal daytime highs. Already warming up across the region. 18 degrees in Sydney, 12 starting off your day in Halifax, 18 right now in Charlottetown, 14 degrees in Fredericton, with 21 right now in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and Cartwright. 21 in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do still have that heat warning in place for parts of Labrador until this evening. So keep in mind sun safety and hydration when heading out. The UV index is tracking moderate to very high across the Maritime region. Also tracking moderate to very high across both Newfoundland and Labrador. And then in terms of our satellite and radar, we are going to see sunshine across the region. Into the afternoon, a low chance of showers will move in for parts of Labrador, a risk of thunderstorms for Nova Scotia. We are going to see a few showers for parts of the province into later this morning and into the evening. All right, well, in terms of our wind forecast, it's going to be a breezy afternoon for parts of the Maritime region. As of right now, though, 20 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in North Cape, 17 in Sydney with 15 in Lunenburg, as well as into Yarmouth, 13 in Charlottetown, 11 in Moncton. One wind gust at this time getting up to 30 in Sydney. We'll take one last look at your forecast just ahead, but first, one last look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. A terrible accident has claimed the lives of 3 people near the Confederation Bridge. The victims were all in an ambulance from P.E.I. that collided with a transport truck. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
Police say the crash occurred when the driver of an ambulance traveling from Prince Edward Island collided with the transport truck. A 77-year-old woman from Montague, P.E.I., a 56-year-old man from Warren Grove, P.E.I., and a 23-year-old woman from 9 Mile Creek, P.E.I., were killed in the crash. All were occupants of the ambulance. The driver of the transport was sent to hospital with serious but not considered to be life-threatening injuries. A spokesperson for Prince Edward Island EMS says they are deeply saddened by the tragedy and they are providing support to staff who are dealing with the heartbreaking collision. The highway leading to and from Confederation Bridge was closed for hours this morning and afternoon, while traffic was diverted to a rural route near Murray Beach Provincial Park. Some caught in long lineups were told by first responders the severity of the crash.
Just that it was a very serious accident, and that's about all they would add to that. But when we were tied up for at least an hour, and there was all the way over the bridge, traffic was backed up all the way back to the toll barrier.
Members of several RCMP detachments and local volunteer firefighters attended the scene, as well as numerous provincial agencies. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
A 72-year-old woman is in hospital with serious injuries after she was struck by a pickup truck in a marked crosswalk on Quinpool Road. Police say the woman was crossing near Vernon Street when she was hit Tuesday afternoon. The 72-year-old was rushed to hospital with serious injuries. The driver was ticketed by police at the scene. Video of one man's racist rant recorded at a Halifax Costco store has sparked an investigation by the police hate crime unit. And a word of caution, some viewers may find the content offensive. The video shows a man following two women wearing hijabs inside the store, shouting at them to leave. The man then elbows another customer who was filming the incident. Shared widely, the unsettling footage has sparked reaction from the city's Muslim community, who says it perfectly illustrates the increasing attacks they face. It was a significant announcement, but at the same time, light on the details. A day after the Prime Minister announced a major submarine contract in Halifax, there's plenty of hope and speculation about what it could mean for the city, the province, and the region. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness has more.
Halifax is home to Canada's East Coast Navy, a branch of the military that is about to grow significantly.
This is a transformational project for our skilled trades professionals.
The Canadian government is about to put pen to paper on a contract with German submarine builder TKMS for up to a dozen subs. Delivery of the first 4 is expected by 2034. It's anticipated over 100,000 jobs countrywide will be tied to the deal.
I think it's reasonable to expect that there will be very substantial activity here in Halifax for decades.
Glooscap First Nation has a strategic partnership with TKMS, and Chief Sidney Peters says they are ready to play a role in one of the largest industrial projects in Canadian history, saying, "Together with our partners, we have built an Indigenous-led industrial framework designed to create lasting economic opportunities, strengthen Indigenous businesses, and develop the skilled workforce that will help build and sustain Canada's submarine fleet for decades to come." The submarines will bring an estimated 30 to 50 years of work, from the construction of initial infrastructure to long-term maintenance.
But we're dealing with one of the largest submarine manufacturers in the world, and obviously all the NATO partners that run these subs as well. That maintenance facility could be a very busy place and attract a lot of maintenance work too to Nova Scotia,
spurring further growth connected to the country's largest naval community. Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
Finally, adrenaline-fueled thrill seekers ran through the cobblestone streets of Paloma, Spain, as the annual Running of the Bulls charged out the gates. Yep, and 5 people were injured, although not seriously, in the first run at the world-famous San Fermin Festival. The event draws thousands of participants and spectators to the picturesque town for a week of daily stampedes through the historic city center. Now, I know Crystal brought us this earlier.
Oh, it's worth a second look.
But it's always worth a second look. And have you changed your mind, ladies? Would you like to run with the Bulls?
No, this is terrifying. It's actually better than what I found, and it makes it look even more terrifying.
Only 5 people were hurt, though. Only 5.
And not seriously.
I would be one of those 5, for sure. I'd be man down instantly. Ooh!
I'd be right beside one of the Bulls.
You'd be riding the bull.
Can you
like,
imagine?
I got this guy.
Yeah, there was an incident where the bull fell. He was not hurt, though.
The bull was not hurt.
No. And the man whom the bull fell on wasn't hurt.
That guy, a little bit of a tumble.
Well, they're big bulls, and they're if you will, like wingspan of the horns. Like, It'd be hard to avoid them.
Well, because they are older cobblestone streets too, right? So they are pretty narrow, and lots of people are watching and filling, and it just looks like a grand time.
It looks like fun, though.
It'd be neat to be there for sure.
There's also like a tomato food fight festival that happens.
Yes, that I'd be okay.
I'd be up for that.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is really interesting and making waves. The controversy over artificial intelligence on the big screen continues as a so-called AI actor is now starring in her own feature film.
Hi, I'm Tilly Norwood, the world's first AI actor.
Yeah, that's Tilly Norwood. She was first introduced by the production company Particle 6 last year. The backlash from actors was swift, and audiences said they would not sign Norwood. Agencies, rather, said they wouldn't sign Norwood. The actors' union, SAG-AFTRA, said they do not consider her to be an actress. Now, so the studio has said, well, we're going to make a film anyway. It's a coming-of-age story about Tilly trying to become more human, called Misaligned. There's no word yet on the date. I mean, she's super cute.
She's super cute, but I feel like we've seen this movie before, and I feel like it's called iRobot, and I feel like that didn't end well.
Yeah.
Of course no one wants to sign her as an actor. You're not real.
Exactly.
You're a cartoon, basically.
Yeah, it's
like Pokemon. No one signs them.
Yeah.
No, for sure. It's really interesting. It's definitely very, very controversial. So we'll see
yes.
what happens.
Good old AI. Great in some ways. Scary in others.
Over jobs in others.
No reason for it to be acting. We've got good people for that already.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what CGI is for.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Like, you want to change my face and make me look a little younger? Let's go for it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to talk about the community calendar now, highlighting some events taking place. The French Fry Festival has kicked off in New Brunswick. This is awesome.
World. That is on my list, yes.
It sounds like so much fun. So you can come out and celebrate with delicious food. There will be live entertainment and so much more family-friendly activities. It's from now until July 11th. And you can come out for Nashville Nights in Charlottetown. The Trailside Music Hall will host a weekly high-energy evening that brings your favorite country anthems to the region. The next upcoming show is actually tonight at 7 p.m. For tickets, head over to their website. And Rent takes the stage at the Neptune Theater in Halifax. So this Friday on July 10th at 7:30 p.m. come out for opening night of the incredible production. If you can't make it out to see this performance on Friday, head over to their website and look for available dates. And if you do have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
I'm going to the French Fry Festival.
Right?
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. To Potato World.
Yes.
Yeah, Potato World. I mean, I can't imagine a place I'd rather be, honestly.
No.
Live from Potato World tomorrow. Jen, what do you think?
Oh, yeah. There'd be a fight over who'd get to go. Obviously, you would win. But I would try my best.
To get there. Oh, dear. All right, well, time for a quick break, but coming up, we get the details on this year's Afrofest in New Brunswick, so be sure to stay with us. Grab a coffee. Come back.
A beautiful sunny start to the day in Edmundston. Welcome back. The time now is 8:43. Currently 16 degrees in your area. Temperatures will continue to rise 30 as your daytime high today. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Already heating up. 13 degrees right now in Halifax. Warmer in Sydney at 18, as well as into Charlottetown. 14 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton. 21 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, as well as into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do still have a heat warning that remains in effect for parts of Labrador until this evening. So make sure to stay hydrated. Keep in mind sun safety when heading out. We are going to see sunshine across Atlantic Canada throughout the day today. Into parts of Nova Scotia, though, a bit of a cloudier, foggy start to the day. We do have a few showers expected to move in later this morning for parts of the province, as well as some scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms this afternoon for parts of Labrador. Into tonight, we do see increasing cloudiness start to taper off, that cloud coverage break down, but we do have fog that will redevelop into the overnight hours, taking us into early Thursday morning. We do have sunshine in the forecast, but also seeing a low chance of showers return for parts of the region. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, they're going to remain quite light, only seeing 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of Edmundston, as well as into parts of Labrador. Heating up across New Brunswick today, ranging from 23 all the way up to 30 degrees into the northern region of the province. Increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud, and wind gusts picking up this afternoon to 40. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 21 degrees in Surrey, up to 26 in Tignish. Lots of sunshine across the island and light wind expected. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 18 degrees in Canso, up to 26 in Amherst and Truro. We are going to see sunshine for this part of the province, but a few showers will move into eastern Nova Scotia this afternoon, and for Cape Breton Island into the evening. For the rest of the province, looking at highs ranging from 19 degrees in Bridgewater up to 26 in Middleton. We are going to see mainly cloudy skies. A foggy day is ahead for much of the day, and we do have a few showers moving in later this morning. Labrador City heating up today. 27 degrees is your daytime high, mainly cloudy. A chance of showers will move in this afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms, and 26 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Lots of sunshine throughout your day today. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. It's now 8:46. New Brunswick's Afrofest kicks off this week, starting in Moncton. There will be lots of food, vendors, music, dance, and a celebration of community, highlighting African, Caribbean, and Afrocentric culture. To get the details, we're pleased to welcome Saw Andrew, the executive producer of NB Afrofest. Good morning, Saw.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you.
Well, it's so exciting to shine a spotlight on this festival in its 7th year. It takes place across New Brunswick over the entire month. Tell our viewers about this festival, because I bet a lot of people haven't been yet.
Yes, well, basically the festival, first of all, I want to tell you why we're moving it all across the province, because we know that our communities are growing in all of these sub-regions. So we want to make sure we go there and share our culture through arts, which is amazing. And it's starting this weekend in Moncton. After Moncton, our next stop is going to be Caraquet. After Caraquet, our next stop is Fredericton. After Fredericton, our next stop is Miramichi. So we go into this community so we can share, because we know that Canada is built on multiculturalism. Art and culture play a great role. So Afrofest, what a best way for us to be able to actually share that. You can see the dates, all the location.
Wonderful. Yes, we showed the poster with the dates, and you can get all the information on your website, which we will share with our viewers to make it easy. But we're seeing some images of past events. It is a vibrant event, offering all kinds of food, dance, cultural displays. Maybe round that out for me. What else can people see when Afrofest makes their way into their community?
Well, so first of all, is the word itself community, right? Because it's not just Africans. It's like everyone coming out to be part of this stuff. And it's free, right? Nothing spent. All you need to do, bring money to buy things that you like to buy, and African artifacts and all of that stuff. The food, as you said, the clothing and all of that stuff, right? So, but everything else is free to the general public. Drumming, you can join and dance. Dance groups will be going, dance lesson will be going. And the stage is there. Very, very elegant performances that if you want to step on stage, yes, you can. Because the goal is we want to make sure that Canadians, New Brunswickers are exposed to this. And we want to make sure that we reach to every little community in New Brunswick. That is the goal.
It sounds like an incredible amount of work, Saw. Obviously, you're passionate about this. Why do you put your heart and soul into this incredible festival?
Well, I believe that through arts, we can help build and change community, one community at a time. And what a better way to do it than giving people the opportunity to come to free celebrations, to celebrate culture like this. As we know, our New Brunswick is getting more cosmopolitan, more diverse. And our community, since the census of 2021, there are over 12,000 Africans living here right now. So we want to make sure we dive into every corner to share these celebrations, promote multiculturalism through art. And we know that, and also Africa is very diverse. So we want to make sure we tap into different regions within Africa so we can share this with Canadians.
Yeah, well, it's very exciting to, I know we can follow along and visit by going to your website, but yeah, I can't wait to see where this wonderful festival goes next. It's already a month long all over New Brunswick. Gosh, you can take over the world with this thing.
Well, that is the goal. That is the goal, right? We know that, like, there's no community, there's no part right now you will say art does not play a great role.
Yeah.
Arts play a great role. So we want to do our part here in New Brunswick to share the culture, promote multiculturalism. There is so much beauty in African arts. There's so much diversity within African arts. Africa is so broad. So we want to make sure we tap into every corner of Africa and Afrocentric and just bring everything here in New Brunswick so New Brunswickers can enjoy.
Well, we're looking forward to the festival. I know it kicks off this week in Moncton. Thank you so much for your time this morning, Saw.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Our great pleasure. We will put a link to the event on our website so people can check it out. Yeah, there it is. It leads us right into fall. So there's lots of your chances to enjoy this festival as it makes its way through New Brunswick. It's 8:50. We'll take a little break and be back to wrap up our show after this.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. It is 8:54.
There we go. On the dot.
On the dot. Of course, we were asking you for responses to our Move Morning Chat, which is, how do you like your blueberries and who makes it the best? And we've got some pretty good answers. All right, so we have Nancy from Paradise saying, my favorite way to eat blueberries is with my mouth.
Fair. Good job, Nancy. Me too.
Honestly, fair point, well made.
Yeah.
I love it. Yep, I agree there, Nancy. We have Carla from Cape Breton who says, blueberry pie. My grandmother made the best, and my mother's is very good too.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like
yep.
you.
Like me, I feel you on that one for sure.
Yum.
Mary Farrell from Antigonish says, blueberry grunt are stewed blueberries, and you add dumplings to steam the stewed blueberries. Delicious.
That sounds great.
That was actually producer director extraordinaire Jen.
Yeah, she said blueberry grunt as well.
It sounds like a lot of work, but well worth it.
I've never had it before.
Yeah. And then LJ from Middleton says, my Aunt Barbara made the best old-fashioned blueberry grunt every summer at the cottage. Now I enjoy blueberries every day with yogurt. All right,
Same.
So taking a page out of Aaron's book.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. And then, of course, we have Sharon who says, I really like blueberries with yogurt and cereal sprinkled on it, but last month, I discovered Thompson's Wild Blueberry Jam, and it's made in Nova Scotia with real blueberries, no additives, and real sugar. So
I love blueberry jam.
Wow. Yeah.
I just thought of one, a new one that I love, and I'm going to miss it. My late mother-in-law used to make this delicious no-bake cheesecake, so like the graham crust, and then that really fluffy cheesecakey sort of like, I think there's Cool Whip in it, and then like a blueberry sort of sauce on it, then sprinkled with graham crumbs on top. It's I could eat like a plate-sized piece of that.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I love it.
That sounds incredible.
So many good things, making me very hungry for
Thank goodness we have sweet treats in the studio. Not blueberries, but
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But Kenzie's Sweet Treats, do check her out. She just really does bake everything with love, and can, as you can see from that cake she made, bake anything. Okay, we have time for the last laugh, which is fun. We'll see if we can see the whole thing.
Okay.
I love a good dance party. The creator of this video says her favorite animal is her husband at a wedding reception dance. I have to say he's my new favorite animal.
Okay.
That's him in the middle there. Yeah, just watch his different moves. We love that. It gets better. It gets better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing a little Michael Jackson. Like he gets his whole body. Look at that. That a little thriller. Whoa! Hello. And this is my favorite of all. It's the last one.
He can literally dance to anything.
Yeah.
Apparently.
But it's just what I love about him, and like, look at him go. Any event that I ever have, he's got an open invitation. He's welcome to come on our show anytime. We just love that he throws his whole self into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leaves nothing. No crumbs.
No crumbs. That's all left on the dance floor.
At least he didn't injure himself, so that's awesome.
The man is apparently made of rubber.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. And I love this view.
Me too. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. It all begins again.